Halle, Arbilera, and I'm doing my informative speech over the causes of teenage suicide. And these are my audiences. It is estimated that about 7 out of 10 kids will tell a friend before they take their life, and that friend will never tell anybody, according to Teens Saving Teens Preventing Youth Suicides. Found on October 13, 2019 in the July 1st, 2019 issue of People's Magazine. The rate of teenage suicide has increased every year. The harsh reality of it all is that we as a whole need to step up and prevent the incline of teenage suicides yearly. The July 1st, 2019 issue of People's Magazine states that 3,000 U.S. teens attempt suicide each day. As someone who went to high school where there was one student who committed suicide every year I attended, I have been more aware of the causes of teenage suicide. However, I do realize that there are a handful of people who use suicide in a jokingly manner. That being said, I want to highlight the causes of teenage suicide. Today, I would like to discuss the 3 main causes for teenage suicide. We'll discuss the impact that social media platforms have on youth, that sexual, emotional, and physical abuse can produce, and how feelings of depression or isolation can cause teenage suicide. Social media is one of the leading causes of teenage suicide. The Daily Mail news article, Teen Suicide Rate Doubles in 8 Years. Internet giants warned as increases linked to time spent on social media indicates that the author is seeing a huge rise in unhappiness among our children. And when the author talks to counselors up and down the country and asks them why, they always say social media. Major influencer platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat are the few that lead to teen suicide. Cyberbullying, the use of bullying on the internet, is a major source of the problem. Others will hide behind a computer screen and take advantage of bullying others through social media. Another leading cause of teenage suicide is emotional, physical, and sexual abuse. Women who were sexually abused were asked if they had thought about committing suicide. According to Mental Health Impact of Rape victims were 4.1% more likely than non-crime victims to have contemplated suicide, and rape victims were 13% more likely to attempt suicide than non-crime victims. Emotional and physical abuse can be detrimental to teenage suicide. According to the relation between child maltreatment and adolescent suicidal behavior, a systematic review and critical examination of the literature, 14 of 16 studies that focused on clinical/high-risk populations also found an association between childhood sexual abuse and adolescent suicidal ideation and suicide attempts. Depression is a very common factor in teenage suicides. Depression is a leading cause of teenage suicides as well. According to Nancy A. Piotrowski, teenage suicide is a critical danger that accompanies major depression and subclinical depressive symptoms. Viewing causes as forms of social media, abuse, and depression are some of the leading sources of teenage depression. The reality is that teenage suicide is increasing over the years to the point where it can be labeled as an epidemic. In my introduction, I noted that we as a whole need to step up in society to stop this evolving problem. I hope that the information I have provided you with will help you understand the harsh reality of teenage suicide. As statistics has proven, suicide is the 5th leading cause of death for those under age 15, and it is the 2nd leading cause of death for those ages 15 to 24. My name is Halle Arbilera, and that is my informative speech over causes of teenage suicide, and these are my audiences.